Hello everybody, welcome back to 10-minute reviews. Jason here. Sorry it's been a little while since I posted a video. I'll try and make this pretty quick. Thank you to all of our patrons, all of our supporters. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check the links down below for links to today's book and anything else that we might find applicable. I need to have some traffic through that Amazon thing that you guys suggest in order for it to keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going back into a series that I have reviewed every single book of so far. It's a fantastic series. I absolutely love it. I'm not going to go saying it's one of my top whatevers or one of my favorites because I read so many series. I'm realizing that they're all my favorites, or a whole bunch of them. But I want to talk about Seth Ring and the Battle Mage Farmer series. Battle Mage Farmer series. This time we're at Battle Mage Farmer 8, and I mean this series just keeps getting more and more interesting, and he's building up so much more. I mean, it started out just on this one little world and an overpowered protagonist that just wants to retire. Kind of a trope, but you know, it's almost impossible to write something without having a whole bunch of the tropes in it. And yet now it is expanded out so much as John Sutton, our main character, as he has grown, and even though he was overpowered and you know, a planetary threat when it came to his abilities, he basically had one ability to start with. And he's learned more magic, he's learned more about magic, he's learned more abilities, more skills, he's learned how to take what he has and do different things with it. He's even learned the origins of where he got this amazing power, and he's learned to control that. So as John grew, then his powers grew as well, and then things within just his own world were continuing to grow. And yet Seth managed to move past that. He's managed to move past the whole end of the world and apocalypse and destruction and all that. He's gotten past that stuff and open up whole other worlds. As John's world was destroyed, and yet he managed to save the important parts of it, most of the population, including the beasts and some very powerful people of his own. Now he's moved on to other planes. He's moved out into the wider multiverse. I hate using the multiverse, but it's kind of become the best way of describing so many different books and how it goes. He's moved out into the wider universe, multiverse, different planes of existence. He's now figured out how to do portals, and he can portal different places that have higher or lower mana, which higher mana gives him more opportunity to really flex his magical muscles, whereas, you know, lower planes, just the tiniest little peak of his ability could destroy the entire planet, destroy the entire world. Then he's figured out the void in between the worlds and traveling that, and he's found this mage college that he has become a part of, even founded his own tower, and things have just continued to get better with Battle Mage Farmer. So this time around, we are dealing with this tournament that was talked about in the previous book. We've got this tournament, and this tournament is dealing with the magical competition, and it's in between various families, various clans, and various, I can hear my dogs barking, and various magical institutions. And John is going because he's a supreme mage. He brings another supreme mage, Rosh, who we were introduced to in previous books. Pretty fascinating character, pretty amusing character. He really gets fleshed out quite a bit and really starts to shine in this book as well. Plus some of his own, plus some of John's own family is showing up in this book, and it really feels like we've so much moved past the whole Battle Mage Farmer thing, and it's almost like he's back to Battle Mage, only now it's more like a Battle Master Wizard, as he is learning so much. Along with that, he's got his supreme body. John is not just a supreme mage, he's also a supreme warrior. Hand-to-hand combat, sword combat, his body is at the supreme level. He's almost impervious to harm, and that's not even counting his eternal flame. And this competition, primarily, what we deal with primarily in this first bit, is basically another world. The competition can go years long. They have huge time frames, and John has to figure things out within this world and achieve certain goals. But what we really start to see, we started to see this in the previous book, and we're really starting to see it even more in this book, is John is really starting to embrace the fact that he is basically a walking god. When it comes to his eternal flame, and this dragon flame that is within him that he can control, his body is basically just a shell. He's not really a person anymore. He is the eternal flame. And he's starting to embrace that. He's starting to embrace the fact that other people can gain so much just from embracing the tenets that he believes in beyond the eternal flame, and how it manages to spread out. He accidentally spread it in the last book, and in this book he almost consciously does it a couple times. There are times within this book where he does even refer to himself as a demigod. He might be getting closer to actually being a god, especially as he's continuing on with this, because not only is he dealing with his magical flame, but he's starting to embrace the idea of faith magic, and how faith itself has its own form of power and can be not even additive but multiplicative to the magic that he already has, and how the more faith people have in the eternal flame, the stronger he himself can get. It's not what he wants, it's not his goal. He just wants to live in peace on a farm somewhere or run a farmer's tower at the Mage College. But he's starting to embrace the reality of it, and he's realizing that he needs to stop holding back at times, that there are times where he just needs to be himself in order to help other people, in order to protect other people, in order to meet the goals that he has. He needs to be himself. He needs to be this eternal flame, and he's starting to embrace that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the books go as John continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually starts dealing with even stronger threats. As it is right now, even though he comes across these threats that are basically demigods themselves, you never really get the sense that he's actually in trouble, because he always feels like he's holding himself back a little bit. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the book. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.